Welcome, everybody. My name is Michael, and today we have fantastic news. Bitcoin yesterday during election night hit $75,000, new all-time high. And today, a new all-time high of $76,481. And I think there's a huge amount of momentum. Obviously, there was a little bit of sell-offs. People were super happy. It was just at $69,000, 48 hours ago. And here we are, past 76,000. And you know what that means? People are also selling Bitcoin above the price because there's always someone willing to pay a little bit more. So, for example, in other countries or in certain markets where you may have more anonymous transactions, or even if you're a crypto ATM owner, just because the price is at 76,000 doesn't mean you're selling at 76,000. If you're selling to somewhere like Coinbase, you're selling below. You're losing out money. Coinbase, however, is making money. If you're the crypto ATM owner, or if you're on a peer-to-peer exchange website, you're selling probably for a little bit extra, 1, 2, 3% more. Hey, that's always something. But either way, even if you're hodling, you're chilling, because right now we're still above $75,000. This is a new height. Finally, we have hit a place that is very, very steady, and people are excited because it's a new platform for Bitcoin to stand on. Okay, we hit 75 grand, 100K is the next stop. That's literally it. We have to go way further. So I think before the end of the year, definitely we're going to be at least in the 80s, hopefully, 90s. But we're so close. And every time Bitcoin keeps testing the waters, it goes up a couple grand, but this was huge momentum here. So after election night, after the winner was basically announced through the media, I know it's kind of confusing in America. The media announces it first, and one media outlet will announce it way before the others, and then it's all a rush. Usually once the winner concedes, which Kamala has conceded to Trump, it's a sure thing, and then Congress has to confirm it in December, and then you get the inauguration in January. But the market, just as we were discussing, especially for cryptocurrency, the one candidate that the markets really, really were hoping for was Donald J. Trump, and that was due to his economic policies, and that's why he won. It was mainly due to the economic policies. Money talks. And that was on all the media outlets. They were talking. The number one poll was, hey, the reason he was elected, a lot of Americans felt they were in a worse position than they were 4 years ago. And for example, ABC reported, hey, 45% of Americans compared to 4 years ago feel they're in a worse spot. Where if you compare that to 2008, one of the worst modern day recessions, and terrible, terrible time for a bunch of people, right? You have this situation where COVID was really bad, but 2008 for certain segments of the population was way worse. And 42% of Americans back then stated their economic position compared to the previous 4 years was way worse. So right now, 3% more Americans said, you know what, I can't do this. Because a lot of Americans right now, myself included, we take a look. 3 years ago, my salary compared to my salary, or really income because of commissions and all this, but on average, it's pretty similar, and it hasn't really moved up, but the prices have really, really moved up. Rent, electricity, your phone bill, your insurance, your food costs, everything has risen. Inflation like crazy. So, for example, in my situation, I made more money before we even start talking about inflation and all of that. I made more money 3 years ago than I did this past year. And then you factor in inflation and all of this, and suddenly it's not a difference of, I made a couple more grand, 3 years ago. It's more, oh my God, it's like a difference of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. It's a lot of money, and minimum $10,000. But really, when you factor in everything, certain products like at the grocery store going up, 25, 30%, that's crazy. So that's part of the reasons why Trump won. And with that, why the cryptocurrency market reacted so quickly. And it was already at 75,000 because people were predicting. Polymarket went insane. It went from like 55 to 60 to 97% odds and people are going to be getting those payouts here in the next couple of weeks. It's crazy. A huge amount of money, over $3 billion went through Polymarket of bets for Trump and Kamala and who's going to, smaller stuff like, is Elon Musk going to be in the cabinet? Who's going to win this state election? What's going to be said during this speech? When's the speech going to be? People were betting like crazy. And that just says, we're all degenerates here trying to make a quick buck. And honestly, if American citizens weren't banned from Polymarket, I'd be betting on that 200%. And I probably would have made some money. But the thing is, I don't want to risk it. You could use a VPN and that works, but I don't want to risk it because in a couple of weeks, maybe they decide, hey, we won't pay you out because you were, using a VPN or something. Kalshi, also a huge amount of promotional campaigns recently for American citizens to bet. Robinhood, for certain users, you were able to bet using contracts as well. And the stock market reacted huge. You had the Dow Jones, you had the S&P 500. One went up 3.57% for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the best percentage it has got up in a single day since 2022. You have the S&P 500 over 2, closing it on 2.5%. The NASDAQ almost 3%, 2.95. You had companies that were supporting Trump. One of the big supporters was Elon Musk, one of the most vocal, of course, and Tesla shares went up 14%. JP Morgan Chase 11.5%, Wells Fargo 13%. You had a huge influx of money everywhere. The Russell 2000, a small cap benchmark, almost hit 5.84%. Right now, a lot of people are looking back to 2016 and what they described as a Trump rally for stocks. And part of the reason they're suspecting this may be the same thing that happens here is due to Trump's very pro-corporate, anti-tax, lowering taxes for large corporations and deregulation, which also is a good thing for cryptocurrency, and domestic policies and also international policies such as increasing tariffs, but mainly domestic policies that inspire growth of business. And the economy is 100% reacting to this. And it's great. Money is being made. I feel like this is going to be a great time for cryptocurrency, stocks. I mean, we were waiting for this rebound for the longest time now. And this was just a little precedent here. Either way, whoever you voted for, all that should matter is how much money is being made right now in your pocket. And if you, unfortunately, just like myself, weren't able to invest this time around, that's okay. Let's prepare as much as we can for the next time around. So going back to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin jumped over 8% to get to where it has to be. When we take a look at Dogecoin, which had a big supporter from Elon Musk, that went up over 18%. So obviously meme coin rallies, you had some Trump coins here and there, but the very interesting thing is when we go back to the stock market in relation to cryptocurrency focused companies, Coinbase went up 17%. You had Robinhood that also went up. MicroStrategy 10%. Robinhood I think was 13%. All of these companies have huge stakes in cryptocurrency, billions and billions of dollars. And where we're talking, 8% here, 10% there, we're talking about billions of dollars per token, billions of dollars per company in their stock and shares, and everybody's making money. And these shareholders, these stakeholders, they're cashing out, baby. That's what it's all about here. The cryptocurrency voting population has certainly spoken. But one thing is for certain, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when cryptocurrency will hit a huge benchmark, and Bitcoin will hit a huge benchmark as well. We're talking from $2.3 trillion to $3 trillion across all cryptocurrencies, and when Bitcoin, and greater, eventually $4 trillion, when Bitcoin will hit over $100,000. There is a very real chance this rally, Bitcoin could go past $100,000. 110, 120, some of you are even speculating 150. I don't think we're going to hit that far, but there is a very real chance we might hit 100,000. I hope so. I really do. And probably it's going to be, you know, like last time around, well, two cycles around when Bitcoin hit 20,000, that went back below, you know, 3,000. But it doesn't matter. History is being made. I am very excited with what's to come, my friends. So with that said, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy this beautiful night, day, wherever you are. And if you're new to the channel, consider staying for a little bit and check out my other channel about cars and Volvos. Have a good one. Take care.